Hello, my name is Abraham Klein. And you see this? This is a Pop-Tart wrapper. Now, what's the significance of that? Well, the fact that it's been in my pocket for several hours. Now, you think it's been in my pocket because I like carrying around wrappers? You might think so. But no, that's not why. It's actually part of a problem that goes all the way back to when I was just a child. You see, I would carry around different wrappers, not just Pop-Tart wrappers, by the way. It's not just a Pop-Tart wrapper thing. I would carry around gum wrappers or Reese's peanut butter cup wrappers or Hershey's cookies and cream wrappers. Boy, those were always good. But that's the one. But you get the point. You know, different types of wrappers, and not just candy that I would eat. It would be different candy wrappers that I would find on the ground, and I would pick them up and I'd put them in my pocket and I'd carry them around. Now, why would I do that? Is it because I'm insane? Well, you might think so, but that's not why. It goes back to the fact that, well, quite frankly, I'm a 90s kid. That's right. I'm a millennial. And and the significance of that is the fact that way back in the 90s, there was this big push to save the planet. Why? Because it was going to end if we didn't save it. That's why. And, you know, it's kind of a big thing today. I mean, really big thing today. But I remember it was a pretty big thing when I was growing up. And I remember there'd be television shows, and there'd be books, and there'd be songs that we'd hear all about recycling and saving the planet, kids. You know, and things like that. But, you know, and I remember there'd be like these, I'd read these books, and you'd see the good little kids taking their trash and recycling it and putting it in, you know, the recycling bins and things like that. And we wouldn't use plastic bags because those are evil. We got to have our own little special bags that we use. Of course, in those same books, you'd see those bad kids that would have, you know, their trash, and they'd throw their trash on the ground, and oh no! And then you'd see the earth and how it was all sad, and it'd be, oh no, they destroyed, they trashed the planet. They trashed the planet. And, you know, the worst thing you could possibly be in the world was to throw your trash on the ground. And it would it so affected me that I would go around many times looking for trash because I was going to save the planet. I was going to be that one kid single-handedly that was going to save the planet. And if I'd see trash on the ground, I'd be like, oh, I wonder who did that. I can get them for littering, you know. And I was a nice little, you know, warrior for the cause of environmentalism. That's right. That was one of those. And of course, over time, I obviously believe in protecting the planet and things like that. But it wasn't so militant as I got older. But the one thing that really seemed to stay with me was the fact that I would still be outside many times where there was no garbage can, but instead of, you know, but instead of having this thought of, oh, I should hold on to this because throwing it on the ground would make me a slob, there was always this thought of the fact that I would destroy the planet. And I remember one day I was out with me and my friends, and you know, I was in my 20s at this point. I had outgrown that whole little fad when I was a kid. I remember I was out there, and I had this gum wrapper thingy in my hand. And I was walking around with it, and I remember thinking, this thing has been in my hand for several hours. And I remembered the fact that I used to do that because the fact that I was going to destroy the planet. And so I thought, no, this isn't going to destroy the planet. So I took that wrapper, and I forced myself, and I threw it on the ground. And I walked off. I stopped, turned around, picked up the wrapper, and kept walking. Why? Because there was something in me that, despite the fact that I knew I would not destroy the planet. Yeah, I know if everybody threw their trash on the ground, it would be a huge mess. But I knew I wasn't going to destroy the planet. Yet, despite how much it was, I knew it wasn't a bad thing. I knew it wasn't going to destroy the planet. Still couldn't bring myself to let that piece of trash just lie on the ground. And I realized it was because the fact that as a child, that stuff that I learned, that I was showed and taught in all those different shows and books and things like that, had stuck with me all these years. And I said all that to illustrate the fact that that is how entertainment and education and different things like that affect us every single day, especially as a child. I was a child and I was taught all this stuff about environmentalism, and I became very militant about saving the planet because it was drilled into my head for so many years. And so, even though you might be, an adult and you're past that stage in your life, it's very important that we be careful the type of things that we allow to entertain us and the things that we allow to come into, that we allow ourselves to see and to hear, because the truth is, it will affect us. It will affect us over time. The old concept is garbage in, garbage out. It's going to affect you in some way. So be careful what you watch, what you read, what you expose yourself to, because it all has an effect. Thanks for watching.